Devin has got his shirt off. It's not easy work doing concrete, I can tell you. Concrete is about one of the hardest jobs that you can do, especially if you're going to do it DIY like the way we're doing it here. Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. The long-awaited cement day is finally here. My son Devin and I, we're getting at it now. It's quite early this morning. It's around 7:30, 8 o'clock. The temps right now are around 3 degrees, going up to 11 today. And the most important part is that overnight, the temps are supposed to be on the plus side, around a +4, +5. That's why we delayed this process. The last several days, it was positive plus temperatures during the day, but it was freezing below zero temperatures at night. And we want our cement to cure, not freeze. So that's why we delayed it. But we're here today. The next several days actually are supposed to be positive plus temperatures during the day and at night. So our cement will cure over the next 2 or 3 days. So without any further ado, we're going to get started with pouring cement, making cement for our chicken coop. And you are welcome to join us. We have a mixture of sand and stone all here. We have several bags of the Portland cement. We have 6 bags altogether. We do think that is enough. We have our cement mixer here. It's an electric cement mixer. You can get gas-powered ones. So if you're going to be using a gas-powered cement mixer, make sure you got lots of petrol around, lots of gasoline. We're going to be using our generator, Champion generator for electrical power today. We didn't want to run a cord across the road to the old church, so we're going to be using the generator. And a word to the wise, that generator is a bit noisy, so at times it might be difficult to hear us over the noise from the generator and from the cement mixer. So keep that in mind. If you're interested in knowing, folks, the ratio of sand, stone, and cement is 3-2-1 or 1-2-3. 1 Portland cement, 2 sand, and 3 stone, and some water. And we're going to be repeating that process several times. Okay, so we think that's pretty good there now. It does look a good consistency. So I'm gonna, and the cement mixer is struggling a little bit. It's got too much weight into it, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that for the next couple of batches, just to make sure that we don't put too much in there. There. Right, you follow me. All right, we're going to take this over to the form. And we're just going to pour that in the form like that. And we've got lots of these to do throughout the day, folks. Okay, I'm adding some rocks to this cement too, folks, to help it go a long ways. So just putting them in there just like that. And that will strengthen up the cement, the concrete, and also help secure and make this form or this cement wall a lot stronger. Now, 3 anchor bolts in this little section. Devin is over at the cement mixer making the second batch. So it won't be very long. And we'll have this little section here completed. I'm going to keep adding rocks. Like I said, that will help strengthen up the cement or the concrete, and it will also help us let our concrete go a little bit further. That's our sand and stone supply. I hope that we don't have to go get more. And we've got lots to head, especially down toward the end where it's a lot higher and it's going to take a lot more cement. But we will get this done. It's cement pouring day here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. It's going to be the Taj Mahal, the Olympus of chicken coops or chicken runs. Our chickens are going to be so blessed to have such a good chicken run and chicken coop. There you go, folks. I'm going to put in a piece of this metal right there, like that. Make sure I got room for my anchor bolt right there, my anchor bolt right there. I've got another piece of metal, and I'm going to put that one in on an angle like that, further down into the form very, very soon. Okay, we're getting there. We almost have this section completed. It's now a beautiful, beautiful morning here, folks. The temps have warmed up quite a bit. Earlier when we started, it was around 3 degrees. It's now gone up to 6. What a beautiful, beautiful morning over Gander Bay, right here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. And that's the old church, folks. It is indeed. And there's the cemetery where my grandparents are buried, right there, about halfway up along the fence. And there's Freebie, and there's Devin working away, mixing up some Portland cement, some sand and stone, 3, 2, 1, 3 stone, 2 sand, and 1 Portland cement. And we're doing that several times, but we're having some trouble with our cement mixer. It's almost too heavy, or not enough power in the generator that we have there, but we'll see. We have one section nearly completed now, 7-foot section. We've got a lot more sections to go, folks, and we'll get this cement work done today. I can guarantee you that. This is part 8 in how to build a chicken coop and run right here at GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. Okay, I'm just going to move these anchor bolts just for a second. One over there, and I'll just move this one down over there. I'm going to put in this old piece of metal right there in the corner, just like that, folks. And that will help strengthen up the cement as well. Right there in the corner, and I got another piece in there. And I'm using lots of those old rocks and even some old cement from the previous pour that we had. Some pieces that were left over, so that's all good. All used in this form to help strengthen it up. Now, I want to put my anchor bolts back just to make sure I don't lose where I intend to put them. And I've positioned my rocks underneath so that my anchor bolt can go on down through and be secured in the cement very easily. We're going to work along. I'm going to have to take out the little span piece right there now, the little brace piece. We'll take that out. We'll work our way down along here, and we'll get the form filled up with cement for the chicken coop, at least in the next little while. Okay, we're doing quite well here, folks. We've got this inside wall right here, this 7-foot wall, all poured now, and it's up nice and level. And there we go. Now we're getting ready to put on a span. We do need to span just in case the form decides to come apart. So Devin's got an old piece of board here. It doesn't matter what you use for this kind of a job, as long as you just use something at all, anything at all, just to put a span there to keep the form from separating or coming apart as the cement cures. So just a couple of small screws. Yeah, good job. Just to keep that from coming apart. And we're going to be doing a lot of these little spans as we proceed today and get this all done. Now, we know that the anchor bolt needs to go right there, in that spot right there. And I'm using this piece of 2x4 as our guide. The majority of the threads on the anchor bolt has to be above this piece for our guide. Now I place my rocks so that the anchor bolt should go down. So Devin is going to work his way now and work that down into the cement so that, like I said, the majority of the tread is above, a little bit further. work it down a little bit lower. Even if we had the first few treads. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now when we put our wall on, the washer goes on, and then the nut goes on, right? So that anchor bolt is fine there. It should stay there and hopefully secure and cure in with the cement. We've got, we're gonna put in a couple of more here now in a few seconds, and put on a couple of more of those spans. Okay, so we've got a few of our anchor bolts already put in this form, and we've got our spans there just in case the form decides to come apart, but I don't think it will. We'll work our way down along here now. We'll finish filling in this channel, filling in this form, and then we'll go in against the wall here, and we will have the chicken coop foundation, concrete foundation, complete within the next hour, I suspect. We almost have the coop done. Probably just one more pour or two more pours of cement from the mixer, and we'll have all this done. We've got some of the metal put in. We've got some rocks put in as well, and we are getting ready now to put in a few more of those anchor bolts, and we'll get all that part done. I've got a little plank put here to kind of use as a stop measure. We're going to take a little break, go get some breakfast, go get some lunch, and then we'll come back and we'll finish the run. We've got that length to do and that little bit across there, so we will get this done today for sure, for sure. It's starting to look quite good here, and the temps are up around 10 degrees now for sure, and the cement is already starting to cure and dry out, as you can see, and the anchor bolts are firming up in the cement already, folks. We are on the home stretch now, folks. We are down at the bottom end of the Chicken Run. We're near the last corner here now. We're just going to do a few more mixes of the cement, of the concrete, right over there using our Champion generator for electricity and our electrical mixer. Devin is there mixing away. Okay, and I'm filling in the forms. And like I said, we're down at the last corner now, working our way into the wall right there. This one is a deep one. We also have a water drain here in the bottom too. just in case the run decides to fill up with rain. We do have a lot of rain in the forecast for tomorrow, so we're going to have to cover this up later on with some tarps so it doesn't get too wet over the next couple of days. I'm using lots and lots of rocks as filler in this concrete. I'm using an old metal frame that we had there, belonged to a barbecue cover, so that's in there as well, strengthening up the concrete. Lots of old rocks going into concrete as well. That's an old part of a bike that I think was James, that our grandson James found that on the beach at a recent beach walk. So that's gone in the cement. In 100 years' time, somebody will find that. Okay, we're almost there. We're in at the last section here now, folks. Add in a few more rocks for filler and for strength. Now, some of these rocks got a little bit of dust on them, so you do need to do a good cleaning. Use a steel brush like I have here. Get off as much dust if you can. Dip it in water is also a good practice. Just filling it up with all these rocks. Mindful that we have an anchor bolt that got to go here and another anchor bolt I read about there. Lots of rocks. Get them in there, Mr. Garry. Now we got a lot of rain coming tomorrow, as I said, so Devin and I is going to do a little bit of cleaning up with our tools and stuff, and then we got to make sure that we got this covered. Now, I do need to put a brace right across here, and the anchor bolt will go right about there somewhere. I'll do that now very shortly, once we get a little bit more cement in this little section. And all that's left is this little section right here, folks, right at the end of the Chicken Run. I think we've got a nice, neat job done. Lots of anchor bolts to bolt down the walls once the concrete is all set and cured, which will take about 48 hours. 48 hours before you can take off the boards and the forms. I'm going to wait an extra day, so it'll be 72 hours. It'll be 72 hours before I take this all apart. So we're looking at probably Monday or Tuesday before we do that. 2 more anchor bolts and 2 more braces on this section. Then we'll do some cleanup, as I said, and we'll leave it then for like I said, 3 or 4 days. We'll cover it up with some tarps because we are supposed to get a bit of rain. Devin has got his shirt off. It's not easy work doing concrete, I can tell you. Concrete is about one of the hardest jobs that you can do, especially if you're going to do it DIY like the way we're doing it here. There you go, though. I think it's a nice, neat job. Okay. Make sure that it gets down along the sides, that there's no hair pockets. Make sure that the cement gets right down. There we go, pinch it down. Nearly finished, folks, nearly finished. We've been at this pretty much all day. Okay, now I'll get that one poured right there. Needs a little bit there. Sunday morning now, folks. It's around 8 a.m. plus 3 degrees again this morning. It is raining. It rained overnight, and I did manage to cover everything with tarps yesterday before I concluded and put everything away. So everything's all covered in tarps. So that's kind of a good thing, I suppose. I might lift it up in one section just for you to have a quick look this morning. Let me just see if I can lift that up so you can have a quick look at the cement. Yeah, so you can see that it did bead a little bit with the rain last night before we got the tarps on. But still, it's a nice finish. I'll put the tarp back on again now. Like I said, there's some pooling of water there. I'll make sure that when I lift the tarp off, that the water doesn't go on top of the concrete. So it's a miserable old day here now, but again, it's a plus 3, so we'll take that. The concrete will cure underneath those tarps. It won't freeze. So we've got a couple of 2 or 3 days now where it's going to be plus temperatures, and that's a good thing. Sunday morning, 8 a.m., 3 degrees, right here at the old church, 5-acre homestead. Look, I just noticed I left my measuring tape in there by the wall after we cleaned up yesterday. Forgot all about that. So I better go get that and poke that away. Otherwise, that's going to get all rusty. So like I said, I'm in my PJs. It's Sunday morning, folks. But we're glad to have this particular step done. Part 8, Cement Day, here at the old church 5-acre homestead. So happy that you joined us for this episode. And be sure to join us for all of our episodes. There's 8 now. I don't know how many there's going to be. There's probably going to be a dozen or more. We're soon going to be getting at the actual building, the actual coop and the run. So we'll get all that straightened away, and you can come back and watch it always. We do appreciate that. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much for being with us. We do appreciate you supporting our little channel and coming back and watching our videos, liking them, sharing them, and of course, folks, hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate that so very much. Thank you now, and you have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy the coming work week. And if you're retired like Mr. Garry, find a project to do outside and enjoy your life. Take care, folks. Have a good one. Mr. Garry signing out. Or is it Dr. Garry? Not sure. I'll get some surprises in store for you coming very soon. So stay with us. Yeah, like I said, I'm in my PJs, but I got to figure out a way now to get in there without getting wet, without stepping on the forms, to get that measuring tape. I think I can do it right here. Okay, I think I can do it right here. Right there, there's my measuring tape there by the wall. I better get that. All right, now, okay, so when I stepped on that, it came apart, look. But I think we're good. Now, step it over, Mr. Garry. There we go. Only a little bit of sand left. Look, not very much. All cleaned up. Everything all put away. And now, the next part, episode 9, we'll be taking the forms all apart and getting ready to put on the walls for the actual coop.